You have $9 billion, that's $9,000 million missing in the last few years. It's alleged to be fraudulently stolen. They're sending money, the Somali community in Minnesota sending money, big money, overseas. They're contributing money, big money, to Democrat candidates and elected officials.
$9 billion vanished. And after testimony on Capitol Hill this week, we may finally have answers on where it went and who helped bury the truth. What you're about to hear was delivered under oath by lawmakers inside the Minnesota State Legislature. Are Walz and Omar tangled in this mess? Stick around to the very end because the revelations are absolutely explosive. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss another uncensored hearing breakdown. Now, let's roll the full clip.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Robbins and Mr. Hudson, Ms. Rarick, you're all members of the Minnesota State Legislature. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Robbins, you're the chair of the Fraud Prevention Oversight Committee. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Hudson and Ms. Rarick, you're members of that committee as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
All right. So you three collectively, America should clearly understand you have an excellent perspective what's going on inside Minnesota, and specifically regards to the fraud that we are investigating and discussing today. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we have a particular community, a Somali community in Minnesota, that has stunning percentages are participating in government programs where they're drawing a lot of money, big money. This has been discussed and revealed and reported and is factual. You have a tremendous amount of criminal fraud taking place that one of my colleagues, the gentleman from the other side of the aisle, mentioned transparency. I would argue that from a regular American's perspective, it's quite transparent that something criminal is going on when you have billions of dollars disappearing into childcare centers with no children in them, and you have a tremendous transfer of wealth into a relatively small immigrant community. You have $9 billion, that's $9,000 million missing in the last few years. It's alleged to be fraudulently stolen. They're sending money, the Somali community in Minnesota sending money, big money, overseas. They're contributing money, big money, to Democrat candidates and elected officials. The Democratic political machine in Minnesota has benefited from this criminal network of Somali immigrants who have systematically stolen billions of dollars of federal charitable money, essentially. The good lady, my colleague, clarified this is money designed for poor folk that need a hand up. And we generally want that to happen in America in an effective manner. So this is the scenario that we are looking into today. Have I summed it up fairly well, Ms. Robbins?
Yes, sir. And I would just like to add...
Before you add, Mr. Hudson, is this an effective summary, sir?
Yes, sir, it is.
Thank you, Ms. Rarick.
Yes.
Thank you. So from the perspective of members of the Fraud Investigative Committee of the Minnesota State Legislature, we have a large criminal network with high percentages of participation in that criminal network from the Somali community in Minnesota. That community has tremendous influence within the political arena, specifically within the Democrat political arena in Minnesota. The Democrat political machine has been covering for this criminal network, and here we go to Governor Walz's involvement here, which is shocking to me, quite frankly, because I've been friendly with Governor Walz for many years. I served with him here. But can you discuss for me the governor's administration's involvement in intimidation and oppression and retaliation against whistleblowers. Ms. Robbins, have you had conversations with whistleblowers who have been treated like that by the Walz administration?
Yes, I have.
And what can you tell us about that without naming the person or revealing stuff that's secret? Tell us how that retaliation would happen.
So it happens in a variety of ways. They are demoted or reassigned, or they are told that they could lose their job and then their house or their pension or their retirement benefits or not qualify for unemployment. So it's...
Well, that's very serious. That's very serious allegation. I would say that's criminal retaliation. Mr. Hudson and Ms. Rarick, have you seen similar?
I would defer to Representative Rarick.
Yes. So Representative Robbins and once in a while Representative Hudson have had multiple conversations with whistleblowers, and that is exactly what they said to us, especially in a face-to-face meeting in St. Paul. That is exactly
unbelievable.
What they said.
Mr. Chairman, my time has expired, but this leans into the criminal spectrum, sir. I yield.
Gentleman yields back. Chair recognizes Mr. Walkinshaw from Virginia.
I think I was here first.
They told me Walkinshaw.
And then,
I'm happy to defer.
Yeah.
thank you. And Mr. Min?
I'm just doing what the Democrat staff says. Walkinshaw's next.
All right, here's the story. 3 Minnesota state lawmakers, Representative Robbins, who heads the Fraud Prevention Oversight Committee, along with Representatives Hudson and Rarick, were hauled before Congress to explain what they uncovered back home. Their testimony claims billions meant for childcare assistance, money intended to help struggling families pay for childcare, has evaporated into a web of sham childcare centers running a statewide fraud operation. The congressman lays it out point by point and asks each lawmaker under oath if his summary is correct. $9 billion siphoned off through fake childcare billing. A coordinated criminal network with major involvement from the Somali immigrant community in Minnesota. Cash from the scam allegedly funneled to Democratic candidates and shipped out of the country. The congressman bluntly says Minnesota's Democratic political machine profited from and protected the fraud. And each legislator directly confirms his description is accurate. But here's where it turns darker. The congressman presses them on how whistleblowers were handled. Robbins testifies that employees who tried to speak up were demoted, reassigned, threatened with firing, warned they could lose their homes, told their pensions were at stake, and even warned they could be blocked from unemployment. Rarick backs that up, saying they personally met multiple whistleblowers who reported exactly this retaliation. The congressman calls it what it is: criminal intimidation. And step back, these aren't social media rumors. These are elected lawmakers giving sworn testimony. They've investigated it. They've spoken face-to-face with victims. $9 billion is real cash, enough to build dozens of schools. And if the threats are true, that's outright corruption. So where's the money now? Why haven't prosecutors moved harder? If lawmakers knew enough to testify, why hasn't the state cracked down? What did Governor Walz's administration know? When did they know it? Why is the public just learning this? Yes, there's still allegations, and everyone deserves due process. But when sworn lawmakers claim billions stolen, criminal networks running wild, and whistleblowers punished, we need answers. This demands federal action. It demands accountability. And Americans, especially Minnesotans, deserve the truth. Tell me in the comments if you'd heard even a whisper of this, because